stream starten. Die is gestart.
Gaat zelfs nog steeds wat blijft staan op YouTube.
Oh, je bent ook wel. Ik was hem ook al aan het hebben. Ja. Zijn we dan ook live? Ja, volgens mij zijn we live. Ja, dat moet ook lukken. Als ik nou gebeld word, alleen is dit weer een probleem. Sorry,
misschien moet je hem even op airport zetten.
Wel non de Ju. Ja, oké, toch wel weer goed. En dan wordt deze nog een beetje zo.
Hello everybody. I hope the sound is working now. Can you confirm that you hear me? Hello everybody. I hope the sound is working.
Oh, is oké. Nou, die werkt.
We've got 4 beers in this tasting.
Oh, is het dat je na de chat kan doen?
You hear me. So welcome to this beer and cheese tasting event. It's been a while. It's been a while that since Casper and I have been doing this together. It's been a while that since we've been doing this online. So maybe we have to get into it again, but we'll do our best. I guess most of this will be in English, as some of you don't understand Dutch, and I guess most of you understand English. But there might be some parts of this in Dutch as well. But we'll try to make sure that all information is given in English at least. So, well, we have 4 beers and 4 cheeses to taste tonight. 4 pairings, 4 combinations that we thought of before we started this event. We've been tasting throughout this week and got some nice combinations, I think. Some nice special beers. The first one we're going to taste is this Keller beer. So the big tin, the big can. And we're going to pair it with one of the 4 cheeses, and that's this cheese, so the yellow cheese. In your package you've seen a goat cheese, a soft white cheese, a yellow cheese, a blue cheese, and something slimy in a plastic bag. We're going to start with the yellow cheese. It's just the 2 of us tonight, Casper and me, so maybe we won't have time to check the online chat all the time, but we try to catch up in between. So don't get mad at us if we don't respond immediately, but we'll try to respond to any of your questions at some point.
Hello, good evening. This is Casper Pennings, the Bierbrigadier. I don't know what I missed, but it turns out we are eating cheese and drinking beer today.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Alright.
For anyone who doesn't know us, he's the beer guy, I'm the cheese guy. We're in his shop, the Bierbrigadier at the Bergstraat. I used to have my cheese shop here in the street as well, Jokmok, but now it's in Tongersstraat. But most of you picked up their cheese and beer there today, so I guess you all know where we are situated.
Did you get into any of the cheeses we're doing today?
I told them there's 4 cheeses, and I told them which one to get on the plate and taste with this first one.
Nice. Did you tell them about the beer?
I only told them that it's going to be the Keller beer, but I didn't tell them anything about the beer.
All right. Well, awesome. As Louis told you, we are starting off with a Keller beer, which is a really old German style of beer, which is basically a unfiltered pils. So a bottom fermented malty beer. So you have top fermented beers, which where the yeast adds a lot of flavor to the beer, and then there's these bottom fermented beers like Pilsners and like a Helles and a bunch more. This Keller beer you usually drink fresh out of a lagering tank. If you go to Germany, anywhere in Germany, and you order one in these old bars. It's a beer with a very low, how do you say, koolzuur? What's koolzuur? Carbon, I guess. Low carbon amount or whatever. And so it's easy drinking, bottom fermented stuff, which is drank like a Pilsner if you drink it in Germany. Over here, it's not a thing at all. There's no Dutch like major breweries that do something like this. There's unfiltered Pilsners, there's unfiltered blonde beers, but none of them are like this. It's by the brewery Leikheim, and they are a family-owned brewery since the end of the 19th century in Bavaria. And they've been doing this forever. And the fact that it's in a can is very new to them because they've always done these half-liter bottles, and cans are something new to, well, I guess the whole craft beer scene, but definitely these old breweries seem to have a problem canning their beers because it doesn't feel, I don't know, authentic or whatever. So these cans are new. In the fridge we have this Kellerbier, a Pilsner, and a Weizen by them. They do a Weizen. And I think it's an amazing beer to start this evening off with because it's a relatively simple beer. But it's nice and malty. It has a sweetness to it, but it's very thirst quenching still. And I love that cheese, and I think it has the same intensity of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let's see.
So,
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. In the meantime, I can tell you something about the cheese. It's a Dutch cheese. It's a Gouda style cheese, but a very special one. It's from a farm called Remeker in Lunteren, which is near Arnhem, near Veenendaal. They have a bunch of Jersey cows. Jersey is a breed of cows, and they get you very creamy milk, and from this creamy milk they make cheese. But this farm does it in a very special way. They try to do everything best as possible, so they're organic. They quitted using plastic to cover the cheeses, like most Dutch cheeses are covered in plastic. They decided that the cows could keep their horns. Most cows in the Netherlands, if you see them in the fields, don't have any horns anymore, because if cows have horns, then they can hurt each other. So without horns, you can keep cows in a smaller area inside. And this farm decided not to do this, and so their cows have horns. Their stables are much bigger than normal stables are. They have stables with rounded corners, so the cows can't get each other, push each other in a corner and hurt each other. And they're working a lot together with the agricultural university in Wageningen, which is near there, to do everything as good as possible. They don't use antibiotics on their cows. They don't use fertilizers. So everything is done in a perfect way, and this results in a very good and special cheese, which is also called Remeker. They have cheeses in 4 different ages, and the one we're tasting now is the youngest one. It's called Pril, which means something like young in Dutch. So,
Oh yeah.
well, the way you want to taste it is up to you. Drink first, eat first, whatever you want. But it's always nice to end up tasting the two together and see what it does to you.
Yeah. So, looking at this beer, it has a nice, I would say, like a dark orange, hazy, as it is unfiltered, like a deep orange color. So that tells you that there's at least a bunch of malt in there. It has a nice steady foam. There's quite a bit of carbon actually in there, even though usually the traditional Kellerbiers don't have that. So yeah, the color already tells you that you're in for like a full-on malty beer. Smelling it gives off the same thing. Kellerbiers are not known for their huge hop bill, but if there is hop used in this beer, it's usually for aroma. So I guess there's a bit of green, grassy kind of hop notes, but it's hard to spot those.
But there's a bit of fruitiness, and fruit often comes also from the hops. So I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah.
Also.
Well, there's this. Well, the carbon itself obviously gives off like a certain sourness to the beer.
Mm-hmm.
As it's called koolzuur. It's a sour.
Would it be carbon acid?
Carbon acid? I don't know.
Well.
But it does have kind of a bitter note to it. So I just, when we do these tastings and when we're preparing, we just try to approach it from all angles. So first we try the cheese, then the beer, or we take a glass of water, or we try just to find what works. And in the end, taking a few sips and a few bites of cheese will get the job done. So I love this cheese. This is without a doubt my favorite cheese from the Netherlands because of the story.
There's a technical problem with the camera.
All right.
It's back into slow motion. There's 2 minutes. Dus 2 minuten vertraging.
Even kijken.
We're having a look at the technical issue again.
Oh ja. Staan stil. Zei je?
Heb je het geluid nog aan staan?
Ja, dat wel.